Anyway, for today's purpose, I'm going to focus on iStory, the product, not the company, Arrivu. I am the inventor of this product, so I like to talk about it. And just talking about this product is a treat. So thank you for the opportunity. The product's called iStory. And I'm going to first show the product, then tell you how it's used, and then how to create it, and also finish with how can you help, right? So that's the plan. It is a marketing tool, basically digital marketing tool. Is basically a voice interactive digital media, right? And the only way to actually get across the messages by doing a show and tell, which is what I'm going to do. It looks like this. It's a video with a play button and all that, but it is an interactive medium, right? So I'm going to play it and interact with it. So when you look at this, don't look at what it is, the content of the message, but look at the technology behind this, right? Because that is what we are, right? That's what I'm trying to communicate here, not the content itself, right? So let me play. It'll take about 2 minutes, and I will take care of the interaction.
Good day, Orlando 1 Million Cup, and welcome. If you are looking for a new home with a unique lifestyle, close to Barcelona, but surrounded by nature, you have arrived at the right place.
In order to help you better, I would like to show you the home that best suits you.
Please let me know if you are looking for a family home or for a couple.
Show me the family.
Okay, this property is ideal for families. Imagine a new life with your family enjoying a unique complex with architectural elegance in beautiful Sant Cugat. Perfect for active families. A new and exclusive residential community, next to a mall and golf course. We have 2 floor plans. Which plan would you like us to walk you through?
Lower level, 5-bedroom.
Great, let me show you this beautiful space.
All lower-level plans provide a perfect garden space to take in some fresh air and relax. At the center of the living space is a spacious and open living room with strong natural light. A large and fully equipped kitchen and dining area is ready for any gathering, large or small. The spacious master bedroom is a unique retreat featuring a private dressing room and is complemented by a double bathroom with a shower and bathtub spa.
This is a unique space. Do you want me to send the plans and the brochure to your email?
No.
Oh, too bad. This was a demo of the iStory experience.
All right. So as I said, it is a marketing technology. It can be applied for any kind of product. It could be a cosmetic or wine or car. In this case, we saw real estate, and it can be applied throughout the marketing funnel for whatever purpose you have: consideration, conversion, loyalty, awareness. And it is a pretty versatile media. So what I mean by that is, let me take another example here. And I'm going to take that link, right, and apply it inside a frame, your web frame, right? And see, it would load inside that frame. So that means it now can go into a banner ad or Facebook ad or website, right? So pretty anywhere a link could go, same like a video. No different, right? So now let's talk about how to create and what it can do for you, right? So basically, to create this technology, right, you would come to our online studio, right, to do it. But before that, you would have already created your content using all the awesome marketing tools out there like Adobe and Canva. I'm sure you guys are familiar with one of those, right? So you create the content like pictures, videos, music, and all that. And you would then come to the iStory Studio, which is an online studio, and you would import it and start assembling the iStory to something that you just saw, right? So once you are able to assemble this interactive dynamic media, then you would push the content to your email, banner ad website, same like you would do after you would create a normal digital content. But then now, using iStory Studio, you have actually created an iStory, which is an enhanced digital media. It is intelligent because if you remember, it was trying to find out what you really interested was upfront and was only showing the product that you are interested in. And it was also trying to up the game later on by actually trying to collect your email address. That's why it asked, would you like to, send me the flyer? If I had said yes, it would have collected the email address, right, by showing a form. So it is multi-modal. You can interact with voice or you can touch, depends on the author. And it is able to collect analytics data, and it is also trying to automate some of the touch points like sending emails and all that. And it integrates well with the CRM, e-com, and all those systems. So basically, you sign up to the iStory Studio. You are empowered to create it with some clicks, typing, and some drag drop. You create this intelligent media, push it through the usual channels, and you get more out of it. And all you are spending is a minimal subscription monthly amount in the sub $50 range, per month, right? So that's the value prop where you get out of it, right? And I would like to show you a demo of the studio as well, but I'll wait for the Q&A. But before I wrap up, I wanted to mention that from a perspective of how you can help, we are looking for mentors, advisors, and peers. So if you think this falls under your expertise and you can help, please contact us. And also wanted to mention top 2 things we are currently focusing on. One is signing up beta customers for our iStory Studio. So you're looking for people who are in the agency world, creators who want to create digital content and publish it for their clients, right? That would be ideal. And obviously, we are a startup looking to raise capital, so any connections and introductions there would help as well. So that is my short presentation, and I'm open to questions now.
So thank you for sharing. So this is particularly interesting to me because as a brand strategist, storyteller, so I definitely see this as pretty unique in your approach. But I have to ask you a very serious question. Like, what is the key problem you're solving? I think that's the part I'm missing here, because it's cool technology, but what would you say is like the key problem, or maybe the top couple of problems that spurred this, that made you want to come up with this solution?
Yeah, so what we saw, again, I have a different presentation for investors, so I didn't cover the problem part, but voice has penetrated pretty heavily, right? So it, basically, we were surprised to realize that 40 billion of actual e-commerce transaction was made last year, and it's going to be 60 this year, and it's going to go up to $200 billion by 2025, right? But voice has actually not penetrated in the digital marketing world, right? Where today, if you make digital content, you're not using voice at all, right? Why is it, right? When it is an accepted media, welcoming, it is fast growing and all that. And not just that, you get more when it is interactive, when it uses voice. So why do you make digital marketing content? To get something out of it, and at every segment you're able to get more out of it, right? So and these were real experiments run with non-interactive, voice interactive content versus normal content, and they saw big differences, right? So the problem we realized is that there's no proper tools out there, right? Like iStory Studio, where someone like a digital marketing content creator, right? They do not have the AI skills, they don't have the software integration skills and all that. So what if you provide a tool like Canva, like Adobe, that which they are used to, right? And all they have to do is do some click and typing, and voila, they get this voice interactive dynamic media that does everything you saw at the cost they're used to paying, like Canva and Adobe. Then that's our business model. So that's the business model we are going, right? So.
Okay, so you're saying your interaction drives higher conversion, and you've got data on that. Is that?
Yes.
Kind of sum it up? Okay, that makes a little more sense.
Yes. And again, when you say higher results, the results are manifold depending on what you're trying to do. Sometimes you're doing ads just to inform them. You're not trying to transact. Only in some cases you're trying to transact. Yes, it does help with transaction, but what is the retention capability? You're alert and listening when you're interacting, right? Plus, the personalization also gets the attention up front. So there are, depending on what you're doing, it is definitely better when it has voice and interactions.
Yeah, and I agree with you on transactions. Or, I'm not a fan of selling on a first impression or anything like that. However, I am a fan of call to actions, and I think every message has to have a call to action. And that's another whole thing we get into some other time. But I like this. I like that you make it a lot easier for the interaction to occur. Rupert, let's just touch on Rupert's question. As far as your business model, because you mentioned it's a subscription service, I guess, for agencies. So these are for marketers to use. This is a B2B kind of thing.
Yes.
Any other sources of revenue in addition to that as well?
Yeah, so it is B2B if we are getting into the agency world. It is B2C kind of because there are a lot of people, creatives inside agencies who also kind of moonlight on their own, right? So we sell directly to them as well. That's kind of what we call the creative economy, right? Where there are professionals who offer their service on their own, regardless of the agency they're present. So we have a business there as well from a B2C perspective in appealing to them. But what we actually sell, I would like to play this 2-minute video so you know what we are selling to them, right? If you're a creative or an agency, what are you getting for it, right? So let me play this.
Welcome to iStory Studio, the only cloud-based tool that helps you create engaging online experiences, combining voice interaction and rich media content.
You need to reshare.
When you first log into the studio, you enter our simple...
Sorry, I need to reshare?
Yes, and pick the window that the new video is in.
Okay, all right, so, okay, makes sense. All right, let's try it again. Hopefully I can bring it back. Okay.
Welcome to iStory Studio, the only cloud-based tool that helps you create engaging online experiences, combining voice interaction and rich media content. When you first log into the studio, you enter our simple dashboard environment. In the dashboard view, you can create a new iStory or pick up where you left off, manage your studio asset library, or organize your various iStory projects. The dashboard also allows you to quickly see the iStory projects you have in progress, so you can jump right in. Using the left side navigation with the dashboard, you can quickly access published iStories or works in progress. You can also access your studio asset library, where you can get to rich media content like videos, images, audio files, and iconography. The video library allows you to upload and check your video content before you build your iStory. You can also upload fully designed scene images or individual images that you can use to build a story from scratch. The studio also allows you to upload audio files so you can add music to your iStory scenes. Easily add your own icons or logos to your asset library to help create your customized experience. We've also worked in a tool to help you manage your iStory projects so you can quickly access and share your work in progress. From here, you can check and edit your iStory settings, review analytics on your iStory, or jump to use Scene Editor. Within the Scene Editor, you can navigate the various scenes of your iStory, make edits to your visual content, and change narration and voice interaction. The Scene Editor also provides a storyboard view so you can see how the scenes of your iStory flow, and you can make edits to the customer journey in a more visual way. To create your iStory, you simply click and choose if you want to upload any pre-made content from sources like PowerPoint and Keynote, or you can create an iStory from scratch all within the studio. Contact us today to start your iStory studio experience.
So this is what I meant when you say you sign up for the studio and import your content that you have created previously to assemble the story, right? So. And that's what we sell. We sell subscription to the iStory Studio to creators inside digital agencies or professional creators who create digital content for their customers.
Okay. Any chance gonna get any pushback from Apple with the name iStory? Just curious. Maybe not.
We are not well known, so maybe controversies sometimes are good, so hopefully we'll get that. So
Yeah.
that could spiral into something, right? Or we have a backup plan to change name quickly too as well. So.
All right, I was just curious. All right, Eric would like to know the structure of the content sounds like a decision tree. Would the marketer need to build that, or I guess maybe like within the iStory system, they're able to easily fill in all the different decisions and make that decision tree?
Yes. So so you have to create the decision tree, right? And right now you cannot tie it to a database, but that's the direction we are going. That where once you're able to tie it to a database, you don't have to provide all the decision trees. So, for example, let's say you're searching for an item in a database. Yeah, it's not a decision tree, it's a search at that point. I'm looking for such and such product with such and such parameters. It's not a decision tree anymore. So you will have a combination of decision tree as well as this kind of search where you say it and it will appear, right? So that's the direction we are taking. So right now you're starting with the decision tree approach.
Along those lines, is it possible to record, if I want to record my own voice instead of the AI voice for each aspect? Is that possible, or is it only AI voice enabled?
No, there are two. There are two answers for that question. So one is yes, you can record your MP3s and import it, and include it. But there's another way to do it as well, where you could sign up for a service where you would donate your voice to train the model, right? And then once it's digitized, then all you have to do is type in what you want to speak, and the computer will speak like you, right? Which I would recommend, and that is the future, right? So.
I don't know if I would ever want to do that to a poor computer and give it my voice, but okay. So Eric's question is, what format is the iStory in?
It is a link, right? It is anywhere a link can go, it can go. I don't know what else to say in terms of a format. Look at it as a link, right? It is an app, or it's like a website. It's right. So it is coming from
code.
Yeah,
it's like code. HTML code. Okay.
So yes, basically we have built a no-code platform. That's what it is that combines all those.
Okay, Sean has a question. Go ahead, Sean.
Yeah, I love the concept. Voice is the future. Nuance Technology got bought by Google for $20 billion. That's all they do. And I won't be overly concerned with iPhone, Apple coming after you, because as long as you have a brand name, tagline, and logo is sort of copyright, you have it already.
Yeah, so we have, but then if they really want to come after us,
They will give
you have to surrender.
that's a good news. They will come after you. They will give big dollars.
Yes.
As simple as
Yeah,
that.
yeah. So yeah, and you know, we're not even peanuts, not even that. So
No.
doesn't matter.
I think you guys are. This is an amazing concept. This is the future. Voice is the future. So you're in the right area. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Speaking of IP, do you have just general IP on and everything here? Because this really is seems like something fairly unique. Were you able to get IP on it, or how are you going to protect against competitors?
So IP itself is of not too much value from an IT perspective, right? But there's a ton of IP, right? I would say at least 30 plus patents here. And we have built so many technologies, right? So NLU engines, some voice APIs, a no-code platform, voice UI, and all that, right? We had to build most of the technologies, because if you are trying to use someone else's technology, then you can't match the price. It's available like $20 per month. You can't do it if you're using other people's technology. So we had to build it. That means anyone else who want to compete with us have to build it themselves, right? That means time and money. I think that we got them there with the time and money, versus the IP is more on long-term exit. During exit, that'll be looked upon for the value, not for the short term. For the short term, the advantage we have is time and money.
Okay, that makes sense. So why you? Why is this important to you, and why are you the right one to bring this to the world?
Yes, so let me go back to Arrivu for that, right? So we started with intelligence, right, which is Arrivu, right? But intelligence for what is the question, right? So the spark is the fact that we realized that intelligence can propel creativity, as opposed to software automation can improve the productivity. That's what we were doing. But when intelligence came, it can actually empower creatives to create better, be more creative, right? So that's something that has not happened in mass scale, and that's an opportunity out there, right? So 20 years back till now, we were only trying to increase the productivity using software. We never tried to use intelligence to improve the creative. So we are here to empower creatives to do better, right? So that's where we started, and we landed up in this specific product called iStory with that high level view. So.
Okay, very cool. So just a point, next time you do present at 1 million cups, I think the investor deck, you said you had a separate investor deck. I think that might be, it'd be good to see a demo like what you shared, but maybe incorporate some elements of that investor deck. Because, you know, in 1 million cups, we love to learn more about the company itself and like why you're doing it and the challenges you're facing and competitors. So just a little feedback there. But what is your closest competitor? Do you have other people trying to do this, or what is the alternative to you? So the two questions: competitors that are trying to copy or do something similar, but also what are people doing now, or what are the alternatives that people are using that you're going to try and like beat out, let's say?
Not an exact copy, I would say, but there are alternatives or general interactive media. Chat is one media. So people are trying to innovate newer mediums, right? I have not seen voice interactive media in this format where you could go in and do it all by yourself and connect all the components that make sense for digital marketing, right? In this fashion. So, but I'm sure there could be some startup that we don't know of yet, right? They like us, no one knows about us. There could be nothing from a bigger company perspective yet, so, that we know of. That is a one-on-one match.
Yeah, Eric says there are smart speaker apps that do decision tree interactivity, but the content is audio only.
Yes, so it is stuck inside a speaker. What we have done is taken that technology and put it inside a browser, right? So now it's global.
Yeah, so moving forward, who would you love to collaborate with? Is there a company or a person that you think this would just fit perfectly, like into kind of what they're doing, and or if you were to get bought out, who would you like to buy you out, I suppose, right? It's kind of the same question in a way. Where would you think you would fit best into a collaboration or into a next level kind of service?
Yeah, so I would answer in two-part way, right? So in terms of who would be interested to buy out is Adobe, Canva, and all those guys, because those users will be our users as well, right? Our tool is similar to Canva, right? So they're used to those kind of clicking and typing and all that, right? So it's an easy integration, because while you're working on Canva, you could do this as well instead of coming to our platform. So I see synergies there, but in terms of who would use it and all that, I will tell you a story. I mean, we don't know exactly where all it will be used, right, and how all and who. We are focusing on digital marketing agencies and the professional creators inside them. One of the best stories I have is Dentsu, one of the largest digital marketing firm in Southeast Asia. So we talked to the Malaysian division, right? And Malaysia, and what they said was, hey, we want to be the first one in Malaysia. So you can't, if we are doing this, you can't talk to anyone else in Malaysia. So they wanted exclusivity. We are giving them for 6 months. And so they're talking to their top clients to bring this to their top clients in Malaysia. And they want to be the only one to do it in Malaysia. So that's so that's the kind of news we want, where a firm like that talking to bigger clients and willing to take us to that level. So.
Yeah, I think this would be great in the Canva toolbox for sure. I'm a big user of Canva. Have you reached out to them yet?
Canva, we are reaching out to their employees to find out, hey, okay, what magic did you do to suddenly grow this much, right? What can you help us out with some insights? How do we do that, right? When we are mature, how can we bring that kind of magic growth curve that Canva got, right? So
smart approach.
Yeah.
Good. Sean has his hand raised. Go ahead, Sean.
Yeah, quick this thing. You may want to look into Nuance Technology. That's a big dog.
Yes.
You may want to quickly look into their patents and everything. And in this field, voice, they are the number one. And Microsoft is their owner right now.
Yeah, so if you look at the industry, there are players like Nuance. Nuance is the biggest one, I would say, because they sold for $19 billion. Microsoft, yep. Right? The differentiation between what those technologies and ours is we have integrated with a no-code platform that makes a huge difference. Yeah, so Microsoft is a good target as well. Google, Amazon. Actually, if you look at all of them, they all bought this technology called Natural Language Understanding Engine, right, from startups, and we have that as part of our stack. So it is not, they are looking out for startups like that, and they even buy at an early stage. So I believe once we are transacting at a certain volume, we will start having offers from one of them who happens to notice us.
Awesome. Stephen, thank you so much for sharing. I'm going to send this back to Eric for our final question.
All right, Stephen, thank you very much, and great job. Our final question is, what can we as a community do for you?
I don't know. So I would say, like, as I said, I'm looking for mentors, advisors, and peers, right? For sure. So if you see anywhere you can plug yourself with your experience to helping us out, please do. And I can mention the top 2 things we are focusing on as a company, which is one is trying to sign up beta customers for our studio. So which is creatives and professionals who are trying to create digital marketing content for their customers. And the other one is obviously being a startup trying to raise money, any kind of input there, connections that would help as well. So
Okay.
that's what I have in mind.
Okay, great. Well, I would then recommend that everybody who is interested in talking to Stephen a little bit further, drop your information into the chat. Stephen, if you would do the same, your contact information.
Yeah, I'm going to give my LinkedIn in a minute. I'm going to post it here. So please connect with me, and I'm going to give my contact as well.
Okay. And then everybody can save the chat. If you go to the bottom right, if you've got the chat window open, and you go to the bottom right of your whole screen, there's that button with the 3 dots on it. Click that button, and then save chat is one of the options within there. So if you would all do that before I end the call, and then you can save the chat and have each other's contact information. And I'm going to share my screen one last time. So next week, we're going to hear from Angela Kendall of Amplify. I'm sure a lot of you know Angela. She is formerly from Orlando, now living in New York City. And she was one of the lead organizers, and maybe not the founder, but one of the early builders, along with Rupert, for 1 Million Cups. And so she's coming back to talk to us about Amplify. So we're looking forward to that. Don't forget, oh, I need to drop that into the chat. Let me do that right this second. If you would do the survey, and then don't forget to invite your friends. Apply to speak at 1millioncups.com/Orlando. And remember, we are going to be back in person in 3 weeks. We're going to be at Michael's place. We're all going to hang out in his office on April 27th. And that's on 3218 East Colonial in the Smashburgers Plaza across from the Fashion Square Mall. Stephen, you're invited to come down, drive all the way down from Alpharetta and be a part of the momentous occasion if you'd like. So, but other than that, I will say thank you very much, everyone, and I will see you all next week.
Yep. Hey, thank you for the time, guys.
Thank you.
Talking to you guys.
Awesome, guys. Have a great week.
Bye-bye.
Take care, folks. And Eric, I'll get working on that and that edit.